Hi and welcome to this episode of Live and Let. Today I have with me Sheetal. Sheetal, first of all, thank you so much for coming onto the show. You see this wall art, you see the complementing pot here, and I'm sitting on it, but if you see this corner, it's all so beautiful. Whenever I come to her house, it's all so beautiful and very organized, and it's just pleasure to your eyes. So that is exactly what I wanted to talk to her about. So today's topic, as you must have guessed, is interior decor and beautifying your home with different themes. Why don't you introduce yourself, because that will be much better coming from you and what you've done and your experience in this field.
Thank you, Neha, for having me on this show, and I have been watching all the wonderful episodes. So my father aspired to be an architect, but there were so many brothers, and he just couldn't make it to architecture. So somehow it was always in my head, and it just happened. So I practiced architecture for a very long time, and then also interior design on the side. But at some point I just decided to go into the interior design side. So typically, everybody wants their home to be very pretty, very presentable, and when you come home, like Neha said, you want it to be a happy place, you want it to be your place, and very small things, very little things that you can incorporate in your home that will really make big changes. And starting with the first thing that I always tell everyone is understanding your space. Like, what kind of a space are you looking at? Is it a large room? Is it a small room? And how much stuff do you have in there? What is included in that space? That is the first thing that you need to analyze. And then the second thing is understanding the person in the home. Like, what do you like? Everybody has their own personal style and likings on what you need to go pick out. But cluttering the house is not something that should happen in this process to make everybody happy. Here is what I wanted to do when somebody comes in and when somebody leaves your home. You come with a lot of thoughts, you come with a lot of memories, and this was my space where it's a travel theme. So, anywhere you have gone, or the things or places that remind you, and world music, world places, buildings, stamps, a simple stamp like that, or my little personal space to sit, and my post-it, postscript pillow. For now, you can see this painting relates to this painting here. We saw that painting, colors in the painting, that wall clock right there, and that piece there. Even this little piece where we hang keys in the house, the colors in the rug, this rug, all these kind of connect with each other. And here is a cute little stack of vintage postcards.
Oh, sweet.
So there's postcards, there is a fake typewriter here, there is this books that I made out of old books that I got at Goodwill. You spend not much on this, and that has to be another big part of designing, that you are not spending a ton of money every time you get bored with something and you want a different look. So I'm going to welcome you inside my home, Neha.
Awesome.
So we brought those colors that welcomed you into my living room right here. And the same colors, kind of, if you see, this is my little oasis. This is my favorite space in the house. Every morning I sit here, and my favorite yellow chair. And I like this space because it gives me a really good perspective to the home. And adding natural plants to any space in the house makes a big difference. And succulents, if you see, succulents are very low maintenance. You don't need to water them every day, and they just really enhance the decor. These would be fantastic additions to accent tables. A small accent table right next to a chair, and just a bamboo plant does it. The other thing that I do want to tell is decals.
Okay.
Decals or wall murals, or whatever you can call them. They are very inexpensive. They're very easy to, they peel and stick to put them up. And if you don't like them, you have the choice to remove them and put them somewhere else. And if you see, small things, but they do matter. Here's a nice little colorful coaster which matches my pillows.
Oh, sweet. Is this, what color tone would this be? And
this is a warm theme.
Warm theme.
Yeah.
And is it usually done for living rooms, or are there any other rooms you can do it in?
You can do it in any room if you would like it, but my idea behind this is a family room, or the space or the living room where you spend most of the time with your family, your dog. It brings you warmth. So Neha, you can see this is my kitchen window. It's a nice Roman shade in the same colors that we brought in. So like I said, plants play a very important role in how you create this little oasis in your homes. We talked about decals. This is an IKEA decal, believe me, and didn't cost me more than $5, I think, 5 or 6, several years ago. And I just kept adding to the plants. Here is, a blue tone. With the same colors in here. If you see, I've brought in those colors here and included some woven elements in here which make it more earthy, and I included the same elements, same colors, the bluish and the off-whites here. The birds that you see here, you see the little birdie here? The same bird is here. And if we go back to where we started, here is a nice pillow. These are paintings, original paintings that have been given to me by my dad, my friends, my family, or some of them have been made by me. And I also like to tell all the artists, not just painters, but people who like to play an instrument or who like to, have some collectibles, to find a space in your house and create your own very personalized space that gives you happiness. Like I said, understanding personalities and catering to the personalities in the same home. This is Jaideep's office, and he is a very simple man. All his requirements were a lot of family photos, lots of counter space, and I don't want any fancy florals, colors. I just want a nice industrial look, and it should feel like a comfort place for me. And I think he loves it. He loves the space. He loves the openness in the room. Today I met, on one of my work appointments. They have a hobby of making things out of keys. And I got this for Jaideep because he likes all the metallic stuff. So it goes with this, little clock really well. And another thing I want to show is this really cool bookshelf. It's a very industrial looking bookshelf, or bookends, I should say. That's how the bookends are.
It's a very mechanical
construction. Those
pulleys and stuff. Yeah. So Sheetal, looks like this is Nanu's room. Nanu is Gautam, we call him Nanu.
Yes.
And he really likes these colors, and I think they have painted it themselves.
Suddenly he tells me one day that, Mama, I want my room to be red. And he wanted all walls to be red.
Oh God, okay.
So, and he was very sure he wanted this bright red.
Okay.
And I tell people that you should cater to what your kids want and what they do, but I had to explain to him, give him examples that, hey, we'll put a nice red wall art on the other walls, and we'll make your name. So we made these little blocks of names.
Oh, nice.
Somebody had gifted it before, we just repainted it black.
Yeah.
And then I said, if you do that, and if you have other walls and other colors, then your red is going to pop out, all the red things you have. So I kind of had to have that conversation with him. Find stuff that goes on the wall that's encouraging to the child. Reading that every day. It's a small piece in your house, but when you keep reading it every day, it really makes a big difference. Every child, every visitor who comes to your house, I think it doesn't matter how expensive or how cheap or how good or bad quality your furniture is. If it is your space, people are going to connect to it. If you make it a happy place, people are going to love it. So Go for it, make the little changes and see what happens. I would love to hear stories though of the changes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for telling us all these wonderful tips about making your home more beautiful. Alright, so that was it for this episode. Until we see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay. त्याच्यातच बोललास
हे
ना.
आमचं
Okay. हां. विहानमधनं पळायचं नाही आता.
So in my house, if you see, there is Google. You should totally do these bloopers. Nanu, can you please take Google to your room? Find her. So this is not new for me and Neha because we have always connected on how to manage our homes, how to manage kids with all these 100 ideas in our head. That's life. That's exactly why you need tips, right?